In dealing with debt, rent is on the rise. Rent is crossing $2,000 per month in some sought-after areas of the nation. We are turning to Debbie Bloyd, CEO of DLB Mortgage, for advice. Thanks for coming on the show, Debbie. And why are rents rising so quickly?
Well, thanks so much for having me. So the reason rents are rising is because we are all seeing our property values go up. Well, that means apartment property values are going up. So they have more taxes too. We see inflation in our day-to-day life, so they have inflation as well. They're just an extension of a home value. So as home prices go up 20%, so will rents.
But doesn't it seem unfair? For instance, there's a report of a veteran who has to move because his rent is now $300 more per month.
Well, I mean, it's just a mathematical problem. So what we have to look for are maybe different ways to rent, different places to rent, and putting together different programs for rentals. So a lot of places want to do 6 months, a year. Maybe you want to stay there longer. You can negotiate that rent down by staying longer in your contract.
What are some other tips for getting around high rent?
Well, I think we're going to have to be creative. So if you're renting from individuals, you can certainly try to take things off the rent. So if you're renting a house, they sometimes include yard maintenance. You could do that yourself and save some money. If you're renting apartments, they have all these things added in. And it's really hard to change those fees, whether it's trash collection or covered parking. So you just have to find out what are the amenities that you're renting, and is there any way you can cut that back? Because their property values have gone up, their insurance has gone up. It's going to go up for you as a renter as well.
How much of a person's income should go toward rent?
Well, I know on the mortgage side, there is an equation of 48%, but that seems really high when it comes to rent. What that doesn't take into effect is all your things that don't show up on your credit report, like going out to eat necessarily, dry cleaning, gas. You know, gas is getting very expensive. So you've got to kind of change around your budget. I would not go over 30% of what I earn in rent. That way you can stay liquid for those emergencies. We realize that you kind of have that Murphy's Law going. If you don't have a lot of money saved up for an emergency fund, emergencies are going to happen. When you tend to have money set aside, you don't tend to have to use it. So I would rather spend less on rent and have some money saved up just for those emergency cases.
What are the hardest hit areas of rising rent?
I think it's in the Sunbelt cities where people want to move. So you're looking at Phoenix, you're looking at anywhere in Texas, Florida. Miami's rents ran up over 30%. So did Arizona's. So you've got to look at, do you need to be in the city or can you be in the suburbs and do what you want to do, work where you want to work? With so many people working from home, it's going to be cost effective to be out a little further than the city to where you can get more bang for your buck.
A lot of great information. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.